Hello YouTube. This is VSG Lori, or Lori VSG, I forget what I wrote. And this is my final video before my vertical sleeve gastrectomy. And so it's Saturday. I have to wait out Sunday, Monday, clear. And then I go in on Tuesday. Last Tuesday, I came down with a cold and I've been sick ever since then, and now it's in my chest. My asthma's acting up. I'm a little worried they might not do it. So I have some like anxiety about that, but overall, you know, it's gonna be God's will on this one. If the surgery gets rescheduled, if something has to change, that's just the way it is. I also found out that my white blood cell count was too high, which is something that I had happened, and you know, I had a high blood cell count for like months and months and months. You know, I came up regular one time and they're like, oh, it's all over. And then of course I go in for the surgery, even though I had just had my physical and it was fine. My pre-op blood screen was like white blood cell count too high, so I had to go back in for that. And that's really difficult because I struggled on my fast, and I was kind of like, am I fasting for nothing? Are they gonna call me? So on Friday, I was like, oh, if they don't call me by Friday, this is a go. And they didn't call me by Friday. So I'm assuming that whatever is going on with my white blood count is not too severe to postpone surgery. I'm hoping that I still have 2 days to get better and it's not too late for the surgery. I want to talk about the fasting, which was a challenge. I was on the bariatric advantage shakes, which, you know, the first couple days tasted great. You know, and then I just got this aversion to them. I was just like, as hungry as I was like, I'll eat nothing. I'm hungry anyway. I'm hungry anyway. What's the difference if I have to try and choke down this shake? But these do have a lot of vitamins and minerals in them. They really do. So after like a week of that, I found this at Costco, of course. And it has really high protein. It has less sugar, less fat, a little more calories, and it's about 25% of your vitamins. So I didn't call my surgeon and like clear this. This was just my own doing. So I would have like 2 of these a day. I was clocking maybe 400 to 500 calories throughout the fast. I have a tendency, you know how they say like Ambien makes you get up and eat. Sometimes like I wake up, I'd be ravenous. I just like, Cheez-Its, whatever, ham, whatever. I'm hungry, I'm tired and hungry, and I can't control myself. So I had to like make a lot of Jello. So it was like, Jello, you know, I ate Jello. And that passed. I mean, a lot of it passed. On 4th of July, I volunteered to get fried chicken for the girls at work, and the smell of it was like overpowering. Like, I love fried chicken. And it was interesting because they were trying to be helpful, but they were like, they know people who have had surgeries, and they're like, oh, just chew it and spit it out. Just chew it and spit it out. And I didn't. I was like, I know that people have used that as a technique, and I'm not ruling it out in a desperate moment, but I didn't feel that I was that desperate. I did cheat once. It was my son's 9th birthday, and I did have a piece of ice cream cake. That did happen. So I will be honest about that. I don't know why I did it. I think I felt like it was it was such a small cheat, being the investment I had already made in the fast. I was definitely craving foods. You know, I'm worried about the fact that after the surgery, I'm still 2 weeks out from food. And I'm definitely like obsessing about it. Like, you know, I'm really excited to eat again. So that worries me, but I have read a lot of things that say, you know, it's a good indicator how well your compliance is with the pre-diet, with how well you do post-diet. And I think I have very good compliance with the pre-diet. My concern is that mentally I'm not in diet mode. I'm very much like, oh my God, in 2 weeks I can eat food again. Like, having everything taken off the table has just, I mean, there was one morning my son made toast and it was like, oh, like crazy. It was like the smell of bread filled the kitchen, and it was like a piece of freaking toast. And one day I was in Costco and I'm walking and I saw like a steak out of the corner of my head, and I like literally stopped it in my tracks. I'm like, oh my God. Like, so that obsession with food is still there. I have been watching a lot of videos about people who in their portion control. So I'm definitely trying to, excuse me, absorb that. I think I might take photos of my food before I eat it as some kind of a visual check-in about how much I'm eating in a portion. I think that's going to be helpful to me. And, you know, I gave up soda. So I haven't drank soda. I don't plan on drinking soda, but I'm also starting to think like maybe there's some other things that I really need to change. Because I know the surgery is going to be successful for me to lose a certain amount of weight, but I want to go all the way with it. I really want to, if I'm going to go through this and put my body through this and make this level of commitment, I want to take this as far as I can. I'm not worried about exercise. I've always been a person who likes exercise, but I'm also a person who just loves food. And I'm not a candy eater. I'm not a junk food eater. I actually love real food, real meals, cooking it and everything. So anyway, I'm not scared about the surgery. I'm a little bit like on autopilot. Like I'm pretty sure I've just disconnected from it, and I'm just gonna like show up that morning, and I bought some like cute clothes to wear. I'm not planning on having any visitors. I did tell 2 friends about it. So they're kind of, one is on vacation. The other one is kind of like, I feel like she's a little bit on call. Like if I needed her, I think I could call and she would come for a visit. I'm hoping desperately that no one else comes to visit. I would just be horrified. I don't want people to see me like vulnerable in a Johnny coat with no bra and drainage tubes. I just don't want people to see me like that. Anyway. Oh, so the numbers. I started the fast at, oh, by the way, when I did drink the shakes, I did drink the Isopure, and I have drank a lot of broth. Broth is so delicious. It's the most delicious thing. How did I never drink it before? I especially love the beef broth. I'm trying to like keep the sodium low, but I'm sure I've had too much sodium as a result of that beef broth. I should have just stuck on the shakes. I feel like if I had stuck with the shakes, I wouldn't have gotten sick, but maybe someone else will benefit and just stay on the shakes like they're supposed to. If you chop them up with ice, they're not bad. If they're like a Frappuccino, but they had like a thickness to them, and I just couldn't handle it. What was I talking about? Oh, the numbers. So at my last appointment with my surgeon, I was 268 pounds. I weighed in at my lowest, like I got on the scale right now, and I'm, you know, it's night and it's sweaty, but the lowest I weighed in at was 251.8, which I think a loss of like 16.2 pounds, but I did fast for more than 2 weeks. I think put an extra 4 days on it, and I still have 2 more days to go. Which I totally wouldn't recommend. Like, just do the 2 weeks. I think it was a control issue with me. Like, I'm terrified of the fact of like, you can't eat. I don't like that door shutting. So it's kind of like, well, if I shut the door 4 days earlier, then I'm in control of it. And I decided when I'm not going to eat. And, but it's a really long time when you factor in the post-surgery, fast. And, I feel like this video is too long. And the other thing, I'm watching people's videos and they're eating like food like the week after, and I'm like, oh, I get that it really does matter, like surgery to surgeon and the rules and everything, because I am kind of surprised at what some people seem to be able to tolerate in week 1, but I'm not. I'm just gonna follow exactly what the surgeon says, other than the fact that I didn't drink the shakes. But I wouldn't recommend extending it, because even today, knowing I had to go into the clear fast, like that idea was about, go get a hamburger, just chew it up. And I was like, no. And I was like, why? It's your last chance to do it. If you don't do it now, you can't do it tomorrow because it's dangerous. And that idea just stuck in my head all day. And like, it was never anything more than an idea, but it just, it's an addict. It's an addict thing. It's that vicious addiction, like talking to you constantly, in your ear constantly. Like, so I have a lot of work to do when it comes to conquering that. You know, it's hard for me because with the effort I had to put in for a 2-week fast, like I feel like it's worth 50 pounds. Like I should have lost 50 pounds, but it's 16 pounds. It's not even 20. I have a feeling this is going to go slowly for me, but you know what? It is what it is. It's going to take as long as it takes. The commitment has to be there. The reality checks have to be there. If I want this, I can have it. This surgery is going to help me if I allow it to. And that's completely what I'm going to do. So anyway, if anybody wants to say a little prayers for me on Tuesday, I'm going at 6 a.m., hopefully. And, you know, God willing, everything will go well. And I will make a video when I'm out of the hospital. Back here again in my room. Alright, thank you for watching. Bye. Oh. Is my dog in the video? I feel like you should see her. She's very fresh. Lily, don't you want to be a star? No, she doesn't.